Yo, wake up, Mo.
Seriously.
I mean it. Wake the whole DMV up right now. I don't care if it's the weekend.
Right. Don't care if you're deep in the playoffs, whatever.
This is an emergency broadcast, Slim.
Yeah.
This is not a drill.
No, it's not.
While everybody else is, sitting around watching the conference championships, talking about who's going to the Super Bowl, the house is on fire in Ashburn.
Or it's being gutted. I can't even tell which.
I don't know, Kill.
Yeah.
But something massive just went down.
It's critical, Mo. No cap.
Say it again?
If you consider yourself a real fan, and I mean someone who actually cares about how this team is built, not just fantasy points.
Not just the jerseys, yeah.
You need to turn the volume all the way up. We are talking about the DNA of the franchise walking right out the door.
On God.
And it's happening at the absolute worst possible moment on the NFL calendar.
This isn't just some, little headline that scrolls at the bottom of the screen. This is the kind of stuff that changes the next 5 years of the whole franchise. We got a disaster in the front office. We got a certified monster on the line. And we got a gamble on the coaching staff that, I don't know, it has me scratching my head.
It's a lot. It's a lot to process, for sure.
Yep.
But we have to break it down because what just happened in that scouting department,
Yeah.
that could ruin a whole draft class.
Before you even make a pick.
Before you even get to the clock.
Yes. Exactly. So look, let's lay out the roadmap for the people. We got 3 major files we could open on this deep dive.
Right.
First up, the crisis. We just took a massive L in the front office. Tim Gribble is gone. And if you're listening to this and you're saying, whew, you better learn today, Slim, 24 years of experience just walked.
24 years. That's institutional knowledge you just can't buy. You can't replace it.
You can't. Second on the list, we got to talk about the one bright spot, the one thing keeping me from completely spiraling.
The cornerstone.
The cornerstone. Sam Cosmi.
Yes.
The data is out. The receipts are printed. The man is officially elite.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get into the advanced numbers that prove he's a top 10 player at his position, bar none.
The metrics on Cosmi are just, they're staggering. It's total dominance.
And third, the gamble. We got new coaches.
Yeah.
David Blau and Darnell Stapleton just got the keys to the offense. And the fans are weirdly chill about it. We got to figure out why.
It's a bold play. It's optimism versus, a ton of risk. It's the definition of a high-stakes move.
All right, let's just get into it. Let's stop stalling and get straight into the nightmare.
Let's do it.
News number 1, Tim Gribble. He's gone.
Yep.
Left the Washington Commanders to join the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, Mo, when I saw that notification pop up on my phone, I almost threw it across the room.
I mean, it hits different when you understand the context.
Exactly.
So for the casual fans out there, the ones who just tune in on Sunday, let's break down who Tim Gribble is. He wasn't just some guy in a cubicle with a stopwatch. He was the director of college scouting.
Key title.
He's had that title for the last 5 years. But more importantly, he has been inside that building for 24 years.
24 years. Think about that. Just for a second. Think about that timeline.
It's a lifetime in the NFL.
He was there before most of the fans on Twitter could even spell Commanders.
Right.
He was there through all the name changes, through all the dark ages. He was there when things were a total circus, and he was there when they were quiet. He knows everything.
He knows where the bodies are buried. That's the perfect way to put it. In this industry, that kind of longevity isn't just job security.
No.
It means you are the repository of information. You become the human hard drive of the scouting department.
A hard drive. I like that.
He understood the grading scales we used, intimately. He knew the history of what kind of player works in Washington and, maybe more importantly, what kind of player fails.
Yeah, the busts.
The busts? He had these deep, multi-decade relationships with college programs, with coaches, with trainers. When you lose someone like that, you're not just losing an employee.
No.
You're deleting the operating system.
And he didn't just retire. He didn't go sit on a beach somewhere, slim.
Yep.
He went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, an AFC team, another team that's trying to rebuild.
Yeah.
That hurts.
It stings.
That's like your ex leaving you and immediately getting with someone who's got a better job and a nicer car.
It's a validation of his talent, which makes it worse for us. But let's talk specifics. Let's talk about his actual responsibilities, because this is why I'm calling it a crisis.
Okay.
As the director of college scouting, Gribble was the architect of the big board.
The board. The master list. The Bible for the entire draft.
Correct. He's the one who builds the hierarchy. He's the one who takes thousands of hours of tape, thousands of travel miles, hundreds of scout reports.
All that data.
And synthesizes it. His job was to take a report from the area scout in the southeast, combine it with a report from the national scout, cross-reference it with the medicals, and then place that player in a specific tier on the board.
So he's the filter.
He is the ultimate filter. He ensures the information flows correctly from some small school in Idaho all the way up to Adam Peters' desk. He standardizes the language.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if one scout says a guy has good hands and another says elite hands, Gribble's the translator who decides what that actually means for our grading scale. He makes sure everyone is speaking the same language.
And that's the part that's stressing me out, Kel. Look at the calendar. Just look at it.
I know.
Today is January 24th, 2026.
Huh?
Do you have any idea what happens this Monday, January 26th?
The Senior Bowl starts.
The Senior Bowl starts. The timing is
Catastrophic.
tonight, where we are literally hours away from the most critical evaluation week of the entire pre-draft process.
It's the meat market for prospects. It's where you see them compete against other top guys.
And the guy who runs the whole show for us, the guy who organizes the scouts, sets the interview schedules, manages the logistics, he just bounced.
He's gone.
We are flying blind into Mobile, Mo.
I mean, flying blind might be a slight exaggeration, but the disruption is. It's undeniable.
How is it an exaggeration?
Well, look, Adam Peters is a brilliant GM. We know that. We know his background with the 49ers. We know he helped build elite rosters.
Of course.
But Peters is one man. He can't be everywhere at once. He can't be watching the one-on-one drills with the O-line while also prepping for free agency, managing the cap, and evaluating his own roster.
He needs a lieutenant.
He needs a general on the ground to filter all that noise for him. That was Gribble's job.
Man, I don't care how smart Peters is. You cannot plug that hole overnight.
No way.
You can't replace 24 years of relationships and system knowledge with 3 days to go before the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
It's a logistical nightmare.
It's like your wedding planner quitting the morning of the rehearsal dinner.
That's exactly what it is. The Pistons are going to be so stressed.
And this is where it gets really scary. This brings us to the most terrifying statistic in this whole report.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
The constraint that keeps me up at night. The stakes are this high because the Commanders only have 6 picks in the 2026 draft.
Say it again for the people in the back. Make sure they hear that.
6 total picks. That is it.
6. We don't have a treasure chest of picks, Slim.
Yeah.
We don't have 12 lottery tickets like we've seen some teams have.
Yeah.
We have 6 bullets in the chamber. That's it.
And because that draft capital is so limited, the margin for error is effectively 0.
0.
Absolutely 0. When you have, say, 10 or 12 picks, you can afford to take a flyer on a guy in the 5th round. An athletic freak who doesn't really know how to play football yet.
Right, a project.
A project. If he busts, it's fine. You had volume. But with only 6 picks, you cannot miss.
You can't afford a bust in the 2nd round. You can't have a wasted pick in the 3rd on a linebacker who just ends up on special teams for a year and then gets cut.
Every single one of those 6 guys has to be a contributor. A real contributor.
And that's why this Gribble thing is so terrifying right now.
Exactly. The margin for error was already razor thin. Now, without the guy who's been the main filter for the data for 24 years, the risk of a miss just skyrockets.
It's the blind spots.
Creates blind spots.
Yeah.
Maybe a medical report doesn't get flagged the right way. Maybe a character concern gets glossed over because the area scout who knew that college coach isn't there to ask the right follow-up.
The pressure on Adam Peters now is just immense. He has to be perfect.
And let's be real about this. The Steelers are not stupid.
Not at all.
Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan, those guys are sharp. They run one of the most stable, well-respected organizations in sports.
A model franchise.
They don't hire scrubs. So if they went out and targeted Tim Gribble, it means he is legit.
That's the validation right there. It proves he was an elite professional.
Right. Washington didn't just lose some guy. They lost a top-tier asset to a direct competitor in the talent acquisition market.
That's what makes me so mad, Mo.
Yeah.
We just let an elite asset walk out the door for nothing.
And now Peters has to scramble. I'm sure he has a list, right? He's got to have a Rolodex from his time in San Francisco or Denver.
He has to.
I'm sure he has a replacement in mind. Someone he trusts, maybe the guy he worked with before. But bringing in a new person right now, even if he's a genius, he doesn't know our system. He doesn't know our existing area scouts. He doesn't know the specific needs of our roster the way Gribble did inside and out.
It's the system. It's the continuity, slim.
Yes.
You can't just download 24 years of data into a new guy's brain with the USB stick.
Exactly. This is the ultimate test for Adam Peters. We all praised him. We all said, in Peters, we trust.
We did it.
Well, here it is.
Yeah.
Now we have to trust him to navigate a genuine crisis in real time. He has to stabilize this ship immediately.
Because if this draft goes sideways...
If we blow those 6 picks because the scouting reports were messy or communication broke down in Mobile...
We're going to look back at this exact week as the moment the whole offseason failed.
That's the fear.
It's heavy, Mo. It's genuinely heavy. But look, if we stay this depressed for the whole show, I'm going to get an ulcer.
Okay.
I have to pivot. We got to talk about something that actually makes me want to put the jersey on.
All right, let's shift the energy then, from fear to hype.
Let's talk about the one thing going right in this franchise, the one sure thing.
The offensive line.
Specifically, the absolute animal, the beast, Sam Cosmi.
Finally, it is time to give this man his flowers.
Long overdue.
While the front office is shaking, the interior of that offensive line has a certified monster. And we have the data to back it up.
A certified monster. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a homer.
No.
I got the receipts, slim. I got the PFF data pulled up right here.
The data is undeniable. So let's break down. Let's get into the Pro Football Focus report.
Let's do it.
In the 2025 season, Sam Cosmi posted a 76.3 overall grade. 76.3. Stop playing with this man. For the listeners who don't, obsess over PFF grades like we do, explain what that number actually means in the NFL hierarchy.
Okay, so to put that in context, that grade makes him the 10th best guard in the entire National Football League.
Top 10.
He is officially a top 10 player at his position. That's blue chip territory.
Top 10, and the national media barely says his name.
But we know. The real ones know what's up.
And you know what makes that grade even more impressive? The balance.
Talk about it.
Sometimes you'll see a guard who's a great run blocker, a real road grader, but he's a liability in pass pro.
A turnstile, yeah.
Or you get the opposite, a technician who can pass block all day but gets pushed around in the run game. Not Cosmi.
Nope.
He scored a 72.0 or higher in both pass blocking and run blocking. He is the complete package.
No cap. He does it all. And let's talk pressures, because as an offensive lineman, the best stat is when nobody says your name.
Right.
In the entire 2025 season, a 17-game grind, how many pressures did Sam Cosmi allow? 11. In over 1,000 snaps. That is insane efficiency. And what about sacks?
2. Just 2 sacks all year long.
That's a brick wall, Mo. You are not getting through that. And catch this. The report says he finished the season with 6 consecutive games allowing 0 pressures.
0.
Not 1. 6 straight games.
That is just pure dominance. That means for the final month and a half of the season, the guy lining up across from him was completely neutralized in the passing game. He just erased them from the play.
And we got to remind everybody of the context here. This isn't just some guy who had a smooth ride to get here.
Not at all.
What happened to him in 2024?
He tore his ACL. I mean, that is a devastating injury for any player, but especially for a big man who relies on power and leverage.
It's usually a year, 2 years to get back to full strength.
Right. You almost always see a major dip in performance the year after that kind of surgery.
But not Cosmi. He rehabbed, came back mid-season, and he didn't just play. He wasn't just a guy out there.
No, he came back and immediately played at a top 10 level.
Immediately. That shows you the heart, Mo. That shows you the grit. That is the literal definition of elite.
It speaks to his work ethic, his professionalism, and we should touch on his history, too, because it's a great development story. Remember, he was a second-round pick back in 2021.
Ron Rivera era, yeah.
And remember where they tried to play him at first?
Oh, yeah. They had him out there at tackle.
They did. And, let's be honest, it didn't work.
No, he struggled.
He struggled on the edge. He didn't quite have the lateral quickness or the length to handle those elite speed rushers consistently. And a lot of teams would have given up on him right there.
Labeled him a bust and moved on.
Exactly. But they didn't. They kicked him inside to guard.
And man, did that pay off. That was probably the best move that old staff made.
We have to give credit where it's due. That was a smart decision. Patience paid off. They recognized his skill set, his power, his mauling ability was a perfect fit for playing in a phone booth.
And he just exploded.
He found his home.
So that leads me to the big question. Let me ask you this. Is Sam Cosmi the most important player on this entire offense, not named Jaden Daniels?
Yes. Without a doubt. 100% yes.
Break it down for me. Why is a guard, not a receiver, not a running back, that critical?
Because he's the anchor. Look at how the roster is built. We have a young guy, Josh Connerly Jr., developing a tackle, right?
Right, still learning.
He's going to have growing pains. He's going to make mistakes. Having an elite, rock-solid guard like Cosmi right next to him stabilizes that entire side of the line.
It's like a safety net for him.
It is. If the tackle gets beat, the guard can help.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really about Jaden Daniels.
Protect the franchise.
You have to protect the franchise. He is the future. If you want him to develop, if you want him to survive in this league, he needs a clean interior pocket.
So he can step up.
Exactly. He needs to know that when the edges collapse, he can step up into the pocket and not get demolished by a 300-pound defensive tackle. Cosmi provides that security blanket. He makes everyone around him better.
And he's still young, too.
He's only 25 years old. He's just entering his physical prime. Offensive linemen usually peak in their late 20s, like 27, 28.
So we haven't even seen his best football yet.
Not even close. He's already a top 10 guy, and he's still ascending.
That's scary. In a good way.
With a full, healthy offseason, no rehab, just strength and conditioning. I think 2026 could be his year. I'm predicting an all-pro selection. The talent is there. The consistency is there.
Man, that gets me hyped. It really does. We have a certified stud. We just need to build around him.
Yeah.
But speaking of building, let's get to the third topic, the gamble.
This is where it gets really interesting from a team-building strategy standpoint.
The coaching news dropped, and I honestly thought the fan base was going to riot.
Me too.
I thought the message boards, the phone lines, everything was going to burn to the ground. But it didn't.
It was quiet. Surprisingly calm.
So here's the news for anyone who missed it. David Blau has been promoted to offensive coordinator, and Darnell Stapleton has been promoted to offensive line coach.
Let's start with Blau.
Yeah.
Because on paper, this move is extremely risky.
Risky. Mo, it feels reckless.
I mean, David Blau is 29 years old.
29. He's younger than some of the veterans he's going to be coaching.
And he has never been an NFL offensive coordinator before. His only coordinator experience was at the college level, and that was years ago.
Sure.
He is incredibly green.
So normally the DMV fan base would be screaming. We wanted McDaniel, we wanted Dable, we always want the hot, big-name offensive guru.
Right.
But now we promoted a 29-year-old with no experience, and the fans are like, yeah, okay, let's ride. Why? What is this weird optimism about?
I think it comes down to two main factors. First, and I think this is the big one, is retention. It's the brain drain fatigue.
Preach. We are so tired of being a feeder system for the rest of the league.
Think about the history. Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur, Mike McDaniel. They all cut their teeth here in Washington as young, brilliant assistants. And what happened?
They left, and they became superstars somewhere else.
Exactly. They go on to win Super Bowls and division titles, and we're sitting here watching them thinking, that should have been us.
It hurts every time I see McVay on a sideline, Mo. Every single time.
So I think the fan base has a totally different mindset now. They see a bright young mind like Blau, and instead of wanting some old retread, they want to keep the young talent in-house for once.
Right. Let's be the team that discovers the next McVay.
Not the team that lets him get away to the Rams or the Packers.
That makes sense. We're trying to stop the bleeding. If Blau is the next genius, let him be a genius for us, not use us as a stepping stone.
That's exactly it. And the second factor is simpler. It's trust in Adam Peters.
In Peters we trust. It just keeps coming back to that, doesn't it?
It does. If Adam Peters co-signs this kid, then the fans are willing to ride with it. He's earned that benefit of the doubt with his track record, so if he thinks Blau is ready, people are willing to believe him, even if the resume looks a little thin.
Okay, so that's the psychology. I get that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the actual football. The X's and O's. What is Blow actually going to do? What's the new scheme?
This is the big tactical shift. All the reports say Blow is bringing in a West Coast system.
West Coast, okay.
And he's heavily influenced by guys like Ben Johnson and Kevin O'Connell.
Those are two excellent names to be influenced by.
It's a huge departure from what we saw last year. We are moving away from the air raid.
The Kingsbury air raid. Man, that was it was fun for like a minute, but
it got predictable. The air raid is flashy. It can put up big yardage numbers, but NFL defenses are too smart.
they figure it out.
Once they get tape on it, once they figure out the route concepts and the spacing, it becomes really dangerous for the quarterback. It relies on your guys just winning their one-on-one matchups. If they don't, the play is dead.
It felt like we were just banging our heads against a wall by the end of last season. We had no answer for the blitz.
None. The West Coast system that Blau wants to run is different. It's built on complexity. It protects the quarterback through the scheme itself, not just relying on pure talent. It's all about timing and rhythm.
So what's that going to look like on the field? What are we going to see that's different?
You're going to see a lot more play action.
I love that.
And that is huge for a guy like Jaden Daniels. Get him on the move, freeze the linebackers with the run fake, and open up throwing lanes in the middle of the field.
Make the defense hesitate for just that split second.
Exactly. And you're going to see a lot more 12 and 13 personnel.
Okay. Break that down for the casuals. What does that mean?
12 personnel is 1 running back and 2 tight ends on the field. 13 personnel is 1 running back and 3 tight ends.
Okay, so heavy sets.
Very heavy looks. It forces the defense to put bigger bodies, linebackers, instead of cornerbacks on the field to stop the run. And then what do?
You pass to your athletic tight ends against their slow linebackers.
You create mismatches. It's all about creating mismatches.
So we're actually going to try and bully people.
We're going to be balanced. It's about marrying the run and the pass. We're not just going to drop back and chuck it 50 times a game anymore. We're going to run the ball, control the clock, use our tight ends, and then use play action to take our shots downfield.
That sounds like a much friendlier system for a young QB like Daniels.
It gives him easy buttons to push. It protects him. It doesn't ask him to be Superman on every single play.
I love the sound of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the other guy, the other promotion.
Darnell Stapleton, the new O-line coach.
Yeah, Darnell. This is another move that, the fans seem to really be behind.
And I think there are 3 clear reasons why Stapleton is getting the thumbs up. First, and this is a big one, is player cred.
He's been there. He's done that.
He won a Super Bowl in 2008 as an offensive lineman with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There's that Pittsburgh connection again. We lose a guy to them, but we get a guy from them to coach our line.
Right, but he knows what it takes to win at the highest level. He has a ring. When he walks into that O-line room, the players give him instant respect.
Oh, of course.
He's been in the trenches. He knows the pain, the technique, the grind. Players listen to guys who have actually done it.
Second reason.
The coaching grind. He didn't just jump straight from playing to the NFL. He spent 11 years coaching in college.
And not just anywhere.
No.
Oh.
He coached in the SEC with the Florida Gators. That is the closest thing to the NFL. If you can develop talent in those trenches against that competition, you can coach anywhere.
No doubt. And the third reason.
It's an internal promotion. He's been the assistant O-line coach here for 2 years already.
So he knows the kids.
He knows Josh Connerly Jr. He knows Ricky Stromberg. He's been in the meeting rooms with them, on the practice field with them every single day.
So there's no getting to know you face.
None. He can hit the ground running on day one. He knows their strengths, their weaknesses, their personalities. It's seamless.
And honestly, we need that Steelers toughness.
Mm-hmm.
Our line has been soft for years. We get pushed around.
Yeah.
If Stapleton can bring that grit, that discipline, man, that would change everything.
That's the hope, right? That he brings that culture of physical dominance that Pittsburgh has been known for decades.
So let's wrap this part up. Let's debate it. Is this whole thing a masterclass from Adam Peters? Is he playing 40 chess, developing his own guys, building from within? Or are we just being cheap? Are we being lazy, just promoting the guys who are already in the building because it's the easiest thing to do?
I think it's a gamble on our guys. I really don't think it's laziness. It feels different this time.
How so?
In the past, under old regimes, an internal promotion felt like, well, nobody else wanted the job.
Right. It felt like a fallback plan.
This feels like a strategy. It feels like Peters is actively saying, I want to build a specific culture, and these are the guys who I believe fit that culture.
So it's not chaos. It's a plan.
It's a very high-risk plan, for sure. Handing the entire offense to a 29-year-old is gutsy as hell. But if it works... If Blau is the real deal, then Washington just found its own Sean McVay for the next 10 or 15 years.
And if it doesn't work, well, we've only got 6 picks to fix it. Oh, wait.
Yeah, please don't remind me of that.
All right, let's bring it all home. This deep dive has been a wild ride, Mo.
It really has. I mean, we started with a genuine crisis, losing a 24-year veteran scout right before the Senior Bowl. That's just objectively bad news.
Bad news. Then we talked about the one undeniable bright spot. Sam Cosmi, a top 10 guard in the league, a cornerstone piece. That's objectively great news.
And we finished with the wild card, betting the whole house on 2 rookie coaches, Blau and Stapleton.
It's a total roller coaster, but that's the life of a Washington fan, right? Up, down, spin you all around.
And that brings us to the ultimate question for you, the listener, to think about. We're in a clear transition period. Adam Peters is putting his stamp on everything.
Everything.
But with Gribble gone and these young coaches now in charge, is this the moment Washington finally stops being almost there? Is this when we finally become a serious professional franchise?
Or is this the other way?
Or is losing Tim Gribble the first domino to fall in the wrong direction? Is that brain drain we talked about going to lead to a disastrous draft?
That's the nightmare scenario right there. Because I'm going to say it one more time. Only 6 picks.
6.
Every single one has to hit. We cannot afford a mistake.
The margin for error is completely gone. The pressure is on.
So tell us what you think. Let us know. Are you panicking about Gribble? Are you hyped about Cosmi? Do you trust Blau? Drop a comment. Let us know what you're thinking. We read it all.
Yeah, we want to hear your analysis on this whole thing.
This has been The Deep Dive. For all my real ones out there in the DMV, keep your head up.
Stay sharp.
Stay up, Black.
Hey.